Hello, and welcome to my channel. Today, I want to share with you 2 actions that I took that saved my life and had a profound impact, ultimately saving me from burnout and leading me on a path of self-discovery and transformation, and where I finally learned to love the woman staring back at me in my reflection. These actions have become the cornerstones of my journey towards a life filled with purpose, joy, and gratitude. The first action I took was reclaiming my time. You see, it wasn't too long ago when I was faced with burnout, a lackluster life, and a marriage that seemed to be literally going nowhere. My self-esteem was at an all-time low. I had no life. I felt like my job was killing me and that my life revolved around work, and I no longer enjoyed the chase of more, especially the hustle and grind. I felt like my marriage was just on paper, like we were roommates more than husband and wife, friend and lover. And then my breaking point came. It was when I finally realized that if I didn't make some changes, that my life was going to spiral out of my control, that my marriage would end, and that I would grow into a bitter old woman. I realized that I had been allowing my life to revolve around work, leaving me feeling drained, unfulfilled, and on the verge of burnout. And I made the courageous decision to take a leap of faith and leave my full-time job in the legal field. This pivotal moment marked my first foray into entrepreneurship and allowed me to regain control over my time and priorities. You see, with me leaving my job, my full-time job, I then transitioned into becoming an independent contract worker, providing services to the company, but on my terms, my way, so that I could take back something really precious to me, and we'll get into that. But this was not an easy decision. It really required stepping outside of my comfort zone and embracing uncertainty. Yet, by reclaiming my time, I gained the freedom to explore what truly mattered to me and to design a life that aligned with my values and my passions. Now, the second action that saved my life was embarking on a journey of self-love and self-development. I had reached a point in my life where my self-esteem was at an all-time low, and I felt disconnected from myself and from the people in my life. It became clear to me that I needed to make a change and to learn to love myself unconditionally. Through self-reflection, personal growth, and embracing self-care practices, I embarked on a transformative journey and discovered the power of self-love, gratitude, and joy in shaping my daily experiences. By prioritizing my own well-being, I was able to show up as a better partner and friend. And ultimately, that led me to what I'm doing today, which is coaching women in the self-care space, something that I truly love. Now, my journey of self-love and self-development has been a catalyst for profound change in my life. It has allowed me to embrace a life of joy, gratitude, and love, and to cultivate a deep sense of purpose. And I want the same for you. As I continue putting up weekly videos, I'll delve into areas of self-care that I don't think really are spoken of enough. Now, I have 5 essentials of self-care that I want to start with that I believe are cornerstones to successfully looking after ourselves. They are learning to say no, asking for help, taking mental breaks, having a hard stop to your day, and GPS, which for me is God's plan for success. Over the next 5 weeks, I want to touch on each of these sections, and over time, I'll introduce other tips and strategies and self-care essentials, as well as defining more about how I see self-care playing a pivotal role in our success in life and business. Today, we're going to start with learning to say no and setting boundaries for self-care. In our modern, fast-paced world, it's incredibly easy to fall into that trap of saying yes to every request that comes our way. Society often glorifies busyness and the ability to multitask, leading us to believe that saying yes to everything is a sign of success and being helpful. However, constantly saying yes can have detrimental effects on our overall well-being and leave us feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, and disconnected from ourselves. One of the fundamental pillars of self-care is the art of learning to say no. It's important to understand that saying no is not about being selfish, nor is it being unkind. Instead, it's about you setting healthy boundaries that prioritize your mental, your emotional, and your physical well-being while protecting your most valuable resource, and that is your time. Let me say that in another way. Learning to say no is not about being selfish or unkind. It's about setting healthy boundaries that protect your time, because your time is valuable. You cannot get back lost time. And even though each day you're given a new set of 24 hours, your time will never 100% be spent exactly the same way that you spent it the day before, because you cannot control every aspect of your life. Meaning, you could have daily activities that are every day, like your business activities, certain family activities, but they won't always happen at the same exact second of the very same minute of this very same hour that you have them set for. So I hope you understand what I'm saying, because in essence, we cannot control our time, as it will never be the same every day, because life has a way of disrupting our plans, right? And that is why it's essential that we're aware of protecting what is our most valuable commodity. When we say yes to every demand and commitment, we often stretch ourselves too thin. We neglect our own needs, and we put our overall health and happiness at risk. And then it becomes increasingly challenging to effectively serve others when we're running on empty ourselves. Learning to say no is about reclaiming control, or some aspect of control over your time, your energy, and your priorities. It's about recognizing that you have the power to preserve your mental and emotional reserves, ensuring that you have enough left for yourself and for those who truly matter to you. By saying no, you create space for activities that recharge and rejuvenate you. It's an opportunity to prioritize self-care and engage in practices that foster a healthier and more balanced life. This act of setting boundaries allows us to replenish our energy, reduce stress levels, and maintain a greater sense of well-being. Moreover, learning to say no opens us up to the possibility of saying yes to the right opportunities that align with our current life circumstances. When we constantly say yes to everything that comes our way, we risk missing out on opportunities that truly resonate with our present journey. Often we become too focused on the bigger picture, fearing that if we don't say yes immediately, that opportunity will never come around again. However, by learning to say no, you gain the clarity to assess which opportunities are in alignment with your values, with your goals, and personal growth. And that allows you to make conscious choices that serve you in the present moment and propel you forwards towards your desired future. Now, whether you're newcomers in business or have been on your entrepreneurial journey for a while, the danger of burnout is real when you say yes to too many things at once. Overcommitting ourselves can lead to a loss of clarity, focus, and direction. Our calendars become overcrowded, and the overwhelming pressure to fulfill numerous obligations can result in procrastination or even a desire to give up on our passions. This is an experience that I know all too well, and I am hoping I can help you to avoid that. Another crucial aspect to remember when learning to say no is the power of timing. Sometimes delaying our yes to something that sounds amazing right now, but isn't quite aligned with our current journey is a wise decision. From personal experience, I've come to realize that as we progress on our path, our goals and our aspirations often expand into something bigger than we initially imagined. What may have seemed like a perfect fit earlier might no longer serve our evolving vision. So it might have felt perfect earlier, right? But now when you get finished one aspect of your goal, like one milestone, one stepping stone, it may no longer serve where you're at in your journey today. And by learning to say no or not right now, we give ourselves the opportunity to discover ideas and opportunities that genuinely align with the next steps in our plan. It's essential to internalize the notion that saying no, it's not a sign of weakness or failure. On the contrary, it's an act of self-respect and self-preservation. By setting boundaries and saying no when necessary, we honor our limits. We prioritize what truly aligns with our values and our goals. And we create space for increased clarity reduced stress, and a greater sense of fulfillment in both our personal and our professional lives. Learning to say no becomes an empowering act that allows you to navigate life with intention, purpose, and a deep sense of well-being. When you learn to embrace the practice of saying no, you unlock a multitude of benefits that extend beyond preserving your well-being. So let's explore those. Firstly, saying no allows us to cultivate a stronger sense of self-awareness. By evaluating each request or opportunity that comes our way, we gain clarity on our priorities, values, and personal boundaries. We become attuned to what truly matters to us and what aligns with our authentic selves. And this heightened self-awareness empowers us to make choices that are in alignment with our core values and goals, leading to a more purposeful and fulfilling life. Secondly, setting boundaries through saying no communicates our worth and self-respect to others. When we establish healthy boundaries, we signal that our time, our energy, and our well-being are valuable and deserving of protection. It allows us to cultivate relationships that are built on mutual respect and understanding, and others begin to recognize and appreciate our boundaries, leading to more balanced and harmonious interactions. By modeling self-respect, we inspire others to do the same, fostering healthier dynamics in our personal and our professional relationships. And learning to say no cultivates a stronger sense of self-confidence. When we honor our needs and assertively decline requests that don't align with our priorities, we reinforce our belief in our own worth and abilities. And this confidence, it spills over into all areas of our lives, enabling us to make bolder decisions, to take on challenges that align with our goals, and to pursue our passions with greater conviction. Saying no becomes an act of self-empowerment that strengthens our sense of self and boosts our overall self-esteem. It frees up precious time and energy that can be redirected towards activities that truly nourish and fulfill us. And by selectively choosing our commitments, we create space for self-care practices, hobbies, and pursuits that bring us joy, growth, and a deep sense of satisfaction. We can engage in activities that align with our passions. We can explore new interests, and we can invest in our personal growth and development, because this intentional use of our time leads to a more balanced and fulfilling life, allowing us to thrive in all areas, including our relationships, our career, and personal well-being. And finally, learning to say no empowers us to establish healthy work-life boundaries. By setting limits on our availability and commitments, we create a clear separation between our personal and our professional lives. And this separation is vital for maintaining our mental and emotional well-being. It allows us to recharge, to relax, and engage in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment outside of work. And when you honor those boundaries for yourself, you will experience greater work-life balance, reduced stress levels, and an enhanced ability to be fully present and engaged in both domains. What I'm saying is this: learning to say no and setting boundaries for self-care is an essential aspect of our overall well-being and personal growth. It's a practice that allows us to reclaim control over our time, energy, and priorities, leading to increased self-awareness, stronger relationships, heightened self-confidence, and a more balanced and fulfilling life. By embracing the power of saying no, we honor our values, we protect our well-being, and we create space for the things that truly matter to us. And as I always tell my clients, when you take care of yourself the very best you can, you get the best of you, and so does everyone and everything else in your life. So thanks for tuning in today. And if you have any questions about what I've covered today, please feel free to reach out to me, or even to put a comment in the chat, and I'll be sure to reach out to you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day and a great week, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye for now.